So the Oscars are 1 week away from the time of this recording, and the buzz is here. Oscar season is in full effect. This is probably the most hyped I've ever felt about the Oscars, and a big part of that is doing this rollout for this video. I actually spent like the last month just watching all like the major nominated movies and really just trying to figure out how I'm gonna rank them. And I'm gonna do like a predictions video in this one. So what we're gonna be doing is a breakdown of each major category. So, for example, like Best Picture. So, I'm going to be giving what I think should win. And I'm also going to be giving up the runner up. But I'm also going to be thinking on who I think the Academy is going to choose. Just based on just other award shows and just hype in general when you are hearing things about other actors in the Academy and other directors, it's just like you kind of have a feeling on what it's gonna go with, and sometimes the culture demands a certain movie wins. And I'm gonna be very excited to talk about all those things in this video. So I think we're gonna go out with a big swing, and we're gonna start off with Best Picture first. So for Best Picture, honestly, I thought this was going to be a really easy choice. When I was going through this whole rollout of these films, I watched Sinners was one of the first ones I watched. And obviously Sinners is freaking fantastic, and I thought nothing was going to beat it. Like respectfully like to the other films, like I saw Bugonia at the time and I saw One Battle After Another and like F1. And then Frankenstein was cool, but there was just one film that just blew me away, had me in my feels. I felt the performance was extremely like impactful. I was just in awe of the acting, of the writing, and how well it was just put together. Like the final like second and third act of this film is like damn near Sinners level. Like honestly, it depends on the day. On it, if you ask me what movie is better between this, in this movie is Hamnet. I loved Hamnet so much, and honestly, I just go back and forth. But I think honestly, what it comes down to is just the wide range of characters that Sinners brings to the table, and you have more of a creative choice, and like you have like these crazy like sad but true like scenarios where you have Smoke and Stack like talking to Preacher Boy, and they're talking about, hey, I mean, racism like didn't die, like they trade out plantations for skyscrapers, like, and that's just like the stuff that makes you like just make you think like very hard about this. um and I know One Battle After Another is going to be on a lot of people's predictions for their top pick, and I know it's very regarded high in the like Academy. I mean, this thing is almost nominated for every single like award, and it is very well timed, especially in the political anarchy that we're kind of living in right now. With that being said, I understand the message. It's just overrated, respectfully, and just because it's overrated doesn't mean it's bad. So, with that being said, I think what is going to win is Sinners. And my runner up is Hamnet. And what I think they will choose, I think they're going to give this movie, this award, to One Battle After Another. And honestly, I will be very disappointed. I think when it comes down to it, One Battle After Another and Sinners are going to be battling in these nominations like through this whole time. And I think they're going to do the best job that they can on making both films happy in this award. I think I don't think it'll be a complete sweep by either side. I just think this was a really great year in film as well. But yeah, no, I think they're gonna give it to One Battle After Another, and I'm gonna be pretty disappointed if that's the case. I hope I'm wrong in what I think they will do, because I think Sinners and Hamnet do just a way better job of character telling. I think One Battle After Another has a lot of cartoonishly one dimensional like characters. Like I seen some nominations later on that we'll talk about, but it's just like really that's getting a nomination over other roles. Like I don't know. I'm just not all about the one battle after another hype. Um, I guess it just didn't land for me in the ways that Sinner did, like, or Hamnet, or honestly, one battle after another is kind of lower on my list with this. I think it's obviously better than like F1 and the Secret Agent, but yeah, I think that is going to be my pick. I think Sinners will win it, or I think Sinners should win it. Hamnet should be the runner up, and One Battle After Another will win it, sadly. So the next big nomination we're going to be covering is actor in a leading role. And I'm going to just start out by saying this as well. If Paul Mescal's in this nomination, just give it right to him. Just, we don't need the nominations. We'll call it the Paul Mescal Award. You got it, bro. His performance in Hamnet was fantastic. But sadly, Paul Mescal is irrelevant in this conversation. But he should have won it. He should have been nominated at least. Now, with that being said, who I think should win, based on the information and the candidates we have here, we're going to give it to Michael B. Jordan, for sure. I just think that his performance as Smoke and Stack were just so like what like a righteous hero slash gangster should be, and like that character, that performance was just so like the quotables like y'all twins, no we cousins, like oh it's just that type of stuff, like, and like when they have the dynamic, like when he has a dynamic between himself and when he's turned and he's like who's in there and he's like Jim Crow, it's like those are just like the levels of this character that like is so great, and it works because Michael B. Jordan does an amazing job. It's written so well, it's delivered perfectly, and I really think this is Michael B. Jordan's best performance. I think runner up for this should be Timothy Chalamet. Man, he really transformed into Marty. I really loved it. I mean, I love it when like a big name actor can like I feel like they're a character. Like you have so many blockbuster movies where it's like, oh, that's so and so's character. That's just Ben Affleck. I'm not saying like Ben Affleck can't transform into a character, but I'm just saying like that's an example. Like The Rock is like he can't be a character. But I just think that Timothy Chalamet is fantastic in this, and I love the upbeat energy. I love how desperate he is, and it's just really fun to watch. And he's just the biggest douchebag in the world. Like he just is the pride, greed, just very, very, very horrible dude. And I think Timothy Chalamet does a really good job of playing him in this movie. Not saying that Timothy Chalamet's a bad guy, but he just really captures it perfectly. I will like to say that if Sinners ends up winning Best Picture, then Leo, I think, will win. The Academy will choose Leo to win Best Actor. But since I think that they're going to choose One Battle After Another for Best Picture, I think they're going to give it to Michael B. Jordan. I mean, the Academy, I think we're both thinking in the same mindset on this. And I could be completely wrong, but I just think the Academy will give it to Michael B. Jordan as well deserved based on the candidates on this list for sure. So the next conversation that we're going to be having about the Oscars is actor in a supporting role. There was a lot of great nominations in this one. I cannot even lie to you, but this will probably be my hottest take out of this whole nomination list. Um, yeah, no, I mean, just straight up, I think Jacob Elordi as in Frankenstein should win this. I think his performance, especially in his POV, is just so powerful. Like it's just so good. Like when he literally is just being raised by the blind man and like just learning how to like read and talk and like the art of language and religion, and like the whole second like in third act honestly, where he's like, I like find a way to kill me because I do not want to live forever. Like this is horrifying. Like it's just the epitome of like depression and like finding like not finding a way out, um especially when you weren't even supposed to be born. And I think that he does an amazing job. I think the transformation with costume and just everything that elevates Jacob to have this performance, I think it just is in full effect, and I think it's great. I mean, I absolutely loved him in this, and I thought his like delivery and just he was very believable, and I think he really should be rewarded for this performance because I think it's freaking fantastic. Um, Now my runner up on who I think should win is is gonna be Delroy Lindo from Sinners. Yeah, no, he's just hilarious. Um, really epitome of like the blues. I love, like just his whole operation on how he acts. I just think that Delroy does an amazing job playing this character, and I really need to watch more of his work because this was freaking fantastic. Who I think will win. I do think they're gonna give it to Benicio del Toro, from One Battle After Another. I think that One Battle After Another is nominated for too many things not to win this. Um, do I think? Do I really think that he should win it? Absolutely not. No, I'm not that high in the movie. He does a really good job. Like he literally kills it. He's a great actor. But just about like the role size, it's like there's so many things where I'm like, okay, but like, how can I compare One Battle After Another? Like, how can I do Del Toro versus Elordi? And Elordi has two major acts where he is the main. He is literally the main character, and elevates that story so much more and makes it so much more tragic. Like, you can't really compare the two. And I mean, sure, I know this is going to be a hot take because I know a lot of people love One Battle After Another, but I just think Jacob Elordi should win it. But I think they will give it to One Battle After Another, Del Toro. So let's get out of the sausage fest and let's talk about the ladies in film. Now, this is going to be actress in a leading role, and I'm just going to say this as well. This is going to be the easiest one. This is 100% the easiest choice I had to make. I think the Academy will agree with me on it. And I think that this actress, out of all the actors, actresses, supporting, leading, this is by far the best performance. And that is Jessie Buckley from Hamnet. Oh my gosh. Like, Agnes is such a great character. Like, literally, like, a fiery personality, like, very high on her own morals, an amazing mother, amazing partner. And I think that is just truly amazing what Jessie Buckley does with this character. Like, you just, even when there's times where like she's not speaking, like in the third act when she's watching like Williams like play of Hamlet, and she's just reaching out, like, oh my god, it just gets me. Like, I've watched the movie twice now, and it's just so beautiful. Like, and she just does an amazing job, like, not giving up on her children when just the most horrendous disease like comes through her, fighting as much as she can, but ends up hating William like through the middle of the film, and rightfully so. Like, I mean, like, it was just, her arc as a character was amazing, and that was just a huge part of what Jessie did with the character, and everything she did was perfect. Like, is a perfect performance, and she should 100% win it, and I'll be extremely pissed if the Academy chooses something different. For runner up, I'm going to be choosing Renee Rensiv. I'm butchering the name because I always do. From Sentimental Value, and she does an amazing job as well. Like, she like captures depression in a very subtle and very calm level. Like, Sentimental Value as a film is very, like, feels very independently made, and I just think it's great. I mean, the film's great and she's great in it. I think her relationship with her dad Gustav is amazing. I think of like the last 25 minutes of the film, and then they do the bait and switch, kind of like, yo, she might end up like taking her own life, but then it's the film, and just, it's just, I think it's just like 3 minutes of just her staring at her father in this filmmaking process, and it yeah, I mean, it just, every moment that I had with Renee, I just had 10 times more with Jessie. And I think maybe that's the scale of the film, maybe, but I just got to give credit where credit's due, and both of them do amazing jobs. And like I said, I think the Academy will choose Jessie Buckley, and if they don't, I'm going to be showing up with pitchforks. So, yeah, on to the next topic. Keeping it with the ladies, we have actress in a supporting role. Now, going into it again, I mean, just all amazing performances straight up. I think who should win it would be Wunmi Masako from Sinners. I mean, I think she really brings like the clarity of like the foundation of like kind of not like her witch, but like witchcraft in a way, and like kind of like that South like Bayou like voodoo magic, like it's like the sage and all that. It's like it's really cool, and I think that her relationship with Michael B. Jordan's character is just fantastic, and I think their chemistry is great. Um, and like how she figures out that like they're vampires is pretty fantastic. So I think yeah, she does an amazing job, and I think she should win. Um, Runner up, we're gonna go with another incredibly hard name to pronounce. This is gonna be Inga Ibsetter from Sentimental Value. Just her sisterhood with is just fantastic. It's just truly heartwarming how she's always there, and it feels like this. Like I mentioned earlier, it feels like an independent film, but like just the sisterhood that tragedy brings them together, and kind of like the reappearance of their father in their life. I just think it's really cool on how they're two different sides of the coin, where like one is just battling with this horrible like depression, and the other one's like trying to maintain like a family life and going on and still taking care of everyone, and then dealing with her father coming back into the picture after their mom died. It's just beautiful, and I think that she should be recognized. And if they did do runner-ups, I think she would get it. Who I think the Academy is going to choose, I think they're going to choose Tiana Taylor. I think that Tiana brings an incredibly fun performance, and I think that she's literally just like a badass that like doesn't take no shit. The only problem I have and why I didn't think that she won, I just don't think that she's in the movie long enough. I think that her presence in the movie is big, and obviously, Ghetto Pat has to take care of her child that they had together. Maybe, but but yeah, no, I just think it's a lot of fun of her performance, but I just don't think it's just enough, and I think that there's just not a lot of layers as well with it, and I feel that way a lot about One of Battle After Another characters. So on to the next topic. I think cinematography is very interesting. Now, going through these nominations for Best Picture, I actually stumbled across a movie called Train Dreams, and oh my god, this movie was absolutely fucking beautiful, inside and out. Like, just I'm such like an outdoorsy person, and having like the Northwest woods and like the loggers, the situation, I literally it just felt like my eyes were like having like an orgasm the whole time. It was just truly like breathtaking every single scene. No matter how slow you think the movie is, I was just always locked in because of the scale of how it was shot and where it was shot and the lighting, the sun, like everything was just perfect about this film in a cinematography standpoint. So I think that is who I think should win. Runner up will be Frankenstein. This movie's really cool. Anything visual, Frankenstein like kills it. Um, but I actually do think that Train Dream will actually win it for the Academy as well. So yeah, and then also going with it as well, I think anything costume design or anything like that, I think Frankenstein has a real shot of winning, and I'd be shocked if it didn't win almost every single one. Maybe Hamnet as well. Hamnet has some really cool costume designs as well. But yeah, I mean Frankenstein should win it. Very creative, very Tim Burton esque, and Guillermo does an amazing job with it. But yeah, and that's kind of like where I'm thinking for cinematography and costume design. I just kind of like lump them in because I think they're very important. But I just felt like I could get both two birds with one stone with that. So yeah, and then we're on to director. For the final nomination I'm going to be covering in this video, I'm going to be predicting the director of the year. Now, I think I'm going to be on alignment with the Academy on this one. I got Ryan Coogler winning it. I mean, just the scale, the amount of characters that are in it, but you don't lose sight of any of them because they're all super intriguing in their own specific ways, and relationships are great. The action's really cool. The themes are important. It's just a big tension filled movie that pulls on the heartstrings, makes you say, wow, that was badass. And to be like, and then just makes you feel so many different ways. And I love when a film can do that. So shout out to Ryan Coogler for doing that, because I think he should win, and I think he will win. Runner up is going to be Chloe Zhao. Yeah, Hamnet was just beautiful. Just literally the orchestration of character development, how they're shot, and like the play sequence, how they have moments where like the two twins are battling with this sickness, and the representation of death is going to take like his sister, and then like using the twins as be like, well, we look exactly like each other. Let me lay in the same bed as you so we can trick death, and then it by chance works, and the brother dies, and then you have moments where Agnes is talking to little Hamnet, and he's like, I'm gonna win the big plays. I'm gonna win the big battle, and everyone's gonna cheer for me. And then it's ending up in a weird prophecy way where it is him, but as an actor, because he unfortunately dies from the plague. But yeah, it was just truly amazing on how that was made, and the build up of the family and the destruction of the family and the resolution and the open questions and what it takes to sacrifice your family to go after your dreams, and how to get out of a situation, and what that really entails. And I love how Chloe did that. So she's my runner up. But yeah, Ryan Coogler will win. That'll be the end of the video. I really hope you guys liked it. I've yapped my ear off quite a bit about this. Spent a lot of time watching these videos and movies, and I just really hope you enjoyed it. I'm super excited for the Oscars next week. It's going to be a blast, and yeah, you all have a good one.